Well, obviously, she just shut down the central integrated
the integrated monitoring unit.
It's not the same as they do in the International Space Station. I saw the astronauts there, and they just fly.
That's a result of being in space for
a
enough
long time.
Yeah, they develop
They are
confidence.
accustomed to that.
They quickly learn how to aim themselves and
because
fly without touching
it's kind of
anything.
tricky to use the force in space. When you have an action, you have a reaction. Sometimes you cannot predict how strong that can be.
It is, and if you make any sudden movement, it may cause unforeseen consequences.
So to get yourself familiarized with the environment, you maybe could use some handles to try to get comfortable with this environment first.
These are like the training wheels on a child's bicycle.
The training wheels on the child's bike. And of course, this is easier to hold on to something when you are performing a task.
Sure. On the International Space Station, wherever there is a working location, there are foot restraints. So you can anchor yourself there without having to use a hand to hold yourself in place while you're working with the equipment.
This is quite important.
But we cannot tell which is up, which is down,
and which
here.
Is up. Yes.
And there is no up and down.
They found that for psychological reasons, it's nice to have people
the floor
agree
and seating, because
yes.
we can paint it or arrange it in that way so that you can feel comfortable as a human being. There's still floor and seating.
But you can see here that the floor is set up so that people can step from one restraint to another. And people are less likely to become disoriented when they have some kind of a framework built into their environment.
神舟9号，我是北京。神舟9号到。请通知栋梁，在天空1号实验舱内佩戴通信头带，向地面报告情况。
They asked Mr. Liu Wang to report his status to the ground.
神舟9号报告。
And currently they're doing a lot of checkups of all the systems before they can settle down to their work.
This will be a routine check. For they have been trained many times on the ground.
栋梁正在装气体采样装置。北京明白。
Liu Wang is installing the gas sampling system.
The gas sampling of the inside atmosphere.
神舟9号到。神舟9号到。神舟9号通报天宫1号工况及身体情况。神舟9号明白。目标工作正常。
The target vehicle is normal.
Junio-9's power has been shut?
Not now.
神舟9号状态良好。北京明白。
But the attitude control of the whole combination will be in charge by Tiangong-1.
But do they have still to do attitude control?
Of course, the movements of astronauts inside the vehicle will be a disturbance to the whole combination.
You mean the movement of the astronauts will change the attitude of this combination?
Because the angular momentum of the whole vehicle is a constant.
Also, atmospheric drag on the solar cell arrays constantly disturbs the orientation of the spacecraft.
Even if there's very little atmosphere.
Even if there's very little, it's a small force acting for a very long time.
Sometimes they still have to do the repositioning.
Yes.
But the advantage of Tiangong-1 target vehicle is that it uses control moment gyroscopes. It only uses electricity, so the propellants can be saved.
Well, obviously Liu Yang has also left her seat on Shenzhou-9. And she is about to enter Tiangong-1 too.
Yeah.
That's a Chinese first woman astronaut.
申请发送 K141 轨道舱摄像机通道2指令。
Is on the other side of the hatch tunnel.
Ms. Liu Yang is asking the ground to switch the video camera.
And thanks to China's first data relay satellite, we can witness all these
Yes.
consecutively.
On the upper right of this screen is the source of the date we required. Now it is required by Tianlian data relay satellite.
A lot of bags of packages.
Maybe one is full.
They're full of mooncakes.
Yeah, this is food and.
It's no good for health. I was told there was toilet and even separate toilets on board on Tiangong-1.
Right. And we specially made urine collectors for the female astronaut. It is quite different from that of the male astronaut.
And that's very considerate.
Yeah.
It is very necessary.
But how can they sleep in such an environment? Are they have bed or
No, they will have
just,
sleeping bags.
bunkers?
And
Sleeping bags.
bag. Yeah.
Sleeping bags. They will sleep inside Tiangong-1.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
There is a story that the first female cosmonauts in space station is Miss Savitskaya. The ground asked the Savitskaya to sleep in the Soyuz vehicle, while she decided to sleep with her male crews together in the space station. But there will always be one astronaut on duty when the others are sleeping.
So we need to have at least one astronaut on duty
One is on duty and
to take charge of the whole spacecraft.
Yeah, one is on duty and the other two is sleeping.
There must be one on duty all the time.
Yeah.
Monitoring the critical status and parameters of the combination.
But when they are in orbit, do they have to make any moves to make sure that the flight is okay?
What do you mean of the moves?
I mean, do they have to touch any buttons, or change the status of the engine, or anything, or just let the spacecraft fly in automatic mode?
Of course, they have this kind of tasks to touch the buttons or change the status of some certain parameters, because the environmental control and the life support system, or ECLSS, is a very important and complex system. It has many subsystems. All the status of these subsystems should be monitored.
Well, there is a new development there. Obviously marking the success of the mission, that is the rendezvous and docking, and also the astronauts has already entered the space flag.
After 6 days of stationary in this space laboratory, they will perform the manual docking.
That means Shenzhou-9 will on-dock with Tiangong-1 and distance itself, and then try to get close again and join Tiangong-1 once again in a manual mode.
Yeah.
It seems they are filming something that is to the left. Well, basically, this is the environment that they will be living in for quite some time, at least 10 days.